Okay, so we're going to break that down, and I like to just call this little progression, I like to call it the little extras. First of all, in the progression, we're playing C, then we're playing A minor, then we're playing F, and then we're playing G suspended to G. Okay? And you might say, well, how are we playing C, A minor, F? I only saw you right here the whole time. Okay, well, basically these three notes are elements of all of those chords. Okay, so C, this is, as you can see, it's a C sus2, or we just call this a C2 chord. Okay, meaning that we have the root, the second, and the fifth. We've left out the third. Okay, which just makes a regular C major chord. Okay, now we've just added the second. We can just call this a C2 chord. Now, when we put this C2 over an A, this becomes an A minor. And you'll see that the chord reader reads it as an A minor 11, which would be correct because it's an A minor 7. Okay, so just to break that down really quick, A minor has a root, a third, a fifth, then a seventh, okay, then a ninth, and then an 11th. Okay, so in order to play an A minor 11, we don't necessarily have to play all of these notes. We just need to play the essence of that A minor 11. So what we're doing here is we're playing the root in our left hand, then we're playing the third in our right hand, then we're leaving out the fifth, okay, we're playing the seventh, okay, but then we're adding the 11th. Okay, again, if we build that, root, third, fifth, seventh, ninth, 11th, notice that 11th is that D, okay? So we're here playing a C2, then a C2 over A, which creates an A minor 11. Now the next chord we're going to go to is a C2 over F, which is going to create an F6 chord, okay? An F, and our chord reader is reading this kind of funkily, but funkily, is that a word? Okay, so, but in F, let's just talk about this. In F, we have our root, third, fifth, okay, and then here's our sixth. And notice that our chord reader does see this as an F6 chord. Now, what we're doing is we're making, we're playing our root here in our left hand, our fifth here in our right hand, our sixth, okay, and our chord reader sees this as F6. Now when we add that G, that's when our chord reader seems to get a little bit confused, okay, but all we're doing is that G is the second of the F chord, okay, so you'll see that we have an F2 here. So really all we're doing is playing an F2 and adding the sixth. So here's the 2 of the chord, here's the fifth of the chord, here is the root of the chord. So this is an F sus2 add 6. Okay, and then we have our G sus4 chord. So our G suspended, okay? But we're suspending the fourth, okay? G, here's the root, our third, our fifth. Now, if we take that third and make it a fourth instead, okay, we play the fourth of the chord, all right, then we have a suspended, okay? Why is it called suspended? Well, it's creating suspense, okay? It's leaving us suspended until we get to that resting place, which is home, okay? So the third of the chord always helps us to perceive that we are home, that we've landed on the chord, okay? But if we take that third out and add the second gives us sort of a suspense, but not in the same as the fourth gives us. Okay, that fourth gives us like, oh, I need a landing place. Okay, the second gives me suspense in that, okay, this is just wide open. It's open for interpretation, so to speak, okay? So it's just kind of it's opening my ears, my imagination, okay, to kind of fill in the blanks. But again, that fourth is making me long for that resolve, okay? It's creating a little bit of suspense and just a slight bit of tension as well. And I get that resolve. Okay, so this is why. Now we're playing the root in our left hand, okay? The fourth, the suspended 4 in our right hand, the 5th, okay? And then the root again. And you'll see our chord reader reads this correctly. It's a G sus4. And then we just come down. We can just bring this down to a regular G major chord. So that's all we're doing. We're just playing all that breakdown to say we're just playing C2 over C, C2 over A, C2 over F, and then C2 over G, and then coming down, just bringing our thumb down to create that G major chord. So C2, A minor 11, F2, add the 6, G sus4 down to G. Or I just like to call sus4s, I like to call them just G sus. Okay, it's a true G suspended chord. Okay, so now let's break down the rhythm. How are we doing this rhythmically? Okay, in our right hand, I just want us to focus on playing on the 1, 2, and 3, 4. So we're just playing on 2 of the beats right now. And what we're doing is we're going to go 1, 2, a 3, 4. 1, 2, a 3, 4. 1, 2, a 3, 4. Okay, and when you can get that down, that's half the battle right there. That's most of it right there. We're going to add just a little something in our left hand to add to that rhythmic flavor. Okay, but that's mostly what it is right there. 1, 2, a 3, 4. Okay, so we're just playing this twice on the beat 1 and 3, but just before we get to beat 3, remember how we talked about that each beat can have subdivisions of 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, or we can divide it into subdivisions of 3, which we won't go there now, but we can divide it into subdivisions of 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So 1E and a. Okay? 2E and a. 3E and a. Okay, so the is that subdivision, that 4th subdivision that comes just before the next beat. Okay, so if we're going 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Okay, so in essence, we're playing on 1, then our little hit here, that C comes on the of 2, just before the 3, and then 3. Okay, so we're doing the exact same thing on 1 and 3. We're just playing a little extra something that really brings out some rhythmic taste, all right? Without that, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's okay, but we're just adding a little bit of extra rhythmic flavor, and that is going to help really keep things interesting and sort of draw the listener into this sort of like walking pace. Okay, we're going somewhere, all right? We're moving, we're making strides. All right, so now in our left hand, all we have to think about doing is just playing the root of each chord. C, A, F, and G. And that's it. You saw me doubling up in my left hand playing 2 and 3 notes. But for now, playing just the root of each of these chords. Okay, so just one note in your left hand. That's all it's going to take to really make this happen. All right. So we're going 1, 2, a 3, 4, and 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 1, 2, a 3. Okay. Now let's go to that when we got to G sus. 1, 2, a 3. So instead of using the C as the note, okay, we're going to use G as the note. Okay, and again, we'll just break this down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So notice how we're just using our thumb or the C note on that 1, 2, a 3, 4. 1, 2, a 3, 4. 1, 2, a 3, 4. 1, 2, a 3. Okay, and we use that G this time as the note, and then we're bringing it down. Instead of C and D, we're playing B and D, and that creates just a regular G major chord. Okay, so let's do it one more time. Ready? And 1, 2, a 3, 4, and 1, 2, a 3, 4, and 1, 2, a 3, 4, and 1, 2, a 3, 4. Okay, and all I'm doing is just sustaining the note for right now in my left hand. Sustaining just means holding it down the whole time. Okay. All right, now if you're having a little bit of trouble, then just slow down and practice, playing with your thumb, So you got to be able to play this pretty quickly and then bring the rest of your fingers back down, and it needs to sound nice and together. Okay, so not to discourage you from playing it at this tempo. All right, so but you want it to sound not sloppy. You want all those notes to be coming down together. So you want it to sound clean, and that way the rhythmic variation that we're creating here is really going to shine through. Okay, so 1, 2, a 3, 4, and a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and a 1, 2, a 3, 4. Okay, so now let's talk about something, that little just extra rhythmic hit that we can put in our left hand. Okay, so 1, 2, and a 3, 4. 1, 2, and a 3, 4. So now in our left hand we're going 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 Okay, so notice how in our left hand we're playing on the and of 2, which is just before the E of 2. So 1 E and a. Okay, and then we'll start where we get to 3. Okay, so 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Okay, so basically 1, 2, and a 3. Okay, 1, 2, and a 3. All right, 1, 2, and a 3, 4. 1, 2, and a 3, 4. So, and we can even do this on our lap if we want. So we're coming down on 1 together. 1, 2, and a 3, 4. 1, 2, and a 3, 4. 1, 2, and a 3. Okay, so that's really what's happening rhythmically there. 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and 1, 2, 1, 2, and a 3, 4. One more time, we'll do it at that tempo, and go as slow as you have to really catch this, okay? But rhythmically, I hope you're really understanding that really all we're doing is we're playing something that could be very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're adding just a tad little something that really takes it to another level rhythmically. It adds a whole nother layer of interest. Okay, so 1, 2, and a 3, 4. 1. Just that little and just really takes this from here to there, okay, or from here to there, okay? We're just expanding our ability to draw the listener in and to really tell that story in the way that it maybe needs to be told. Okay, so 1, 2, and a 3, 4, 1, 2, and a 3. I missed that one. 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and 1, 2, and a 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and 1, 2, and a 3, 4. Okay, let's try this out with a beat, and we're at an 80 tempo, okay? So here we go. 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. I missed that one. 2 and 3, 4. And let's slow this down a little bit, okay? Just in case this might be a little too fast, we'll slow it down to about 70. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 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 and 3, 4. Okay, good. So once you get that down, once you get really comfortable with that, then you can just add some hits on beats 2 and 4. So right now we're just playing on beat 1 and then on beat 3. Okay, and then of course adding those little extras, 1, 2, da 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 da. But now we can go 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now notice how I'm adding a little bit of extra emphasis on beats 1 and 2. I'm pulling back on the dynamics, okay, on basically how loud I'm playing the chord or the notes on beats 2 and 4. Okay, because I want to create some dynamic variety too. I don't want to go. Okay, at least not for the whole time. Maybe that would be appropriate if we're really climaxing and it's really big. Maybe that would be appropriate for a certain period of time. Okay, but for the most part, we want. So notice how there's just a little bit more emphasis on beats 1 and 3. So ba da 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 da. Okay, da 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 da. Okay, so even if you kind of sing along with it, you'll naturally maybe want to put a little bit more emphasis on beats 1 and 3. Da 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 da. Okay. All right. So let's try this out with the beat at a 70 tempo. So here we go. Ready and. Okay, and you'll notice how I kind of did that. That's not necessary, but just to break that down really quick, 1, 2, and a 3. I came down here and played the G sus instead of playing it like this. I'm gonna play it like this. Okay, So the root and the fourth, and then coming down to the third. So 1, 1, 2, and a 3, 4. Okay, and then that's pretty much it right there, okay? Again, really slow down and really get this rhythmic feel down, okay? And then you can speed it up to whatever tempo you'd like. It works really well at a 70 tempo, 80, anywhere from 70 to 90. Okay, this works really well. It gives us sort of a walking feel, sort of like we're moving, okay? And those little extras just really help to just add some variety, add some creativity, and so it adds to the experience. So one last thing that I'll show you is from the very beginning, I'm doubling up in my left hand. Okay, so once you really get this down, now you can double up in your left hand, and you can use your thumb, okay, whatever note that your thumb is on, or finger 2, or however it's working, okay, however you're fingering that particular outline of the chord in your left hand, okay, you'll use that finger to play the end. 1, 2, and a 3, 4. 1, 2, and a 3, 4. 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and 1, 2, and a 3, 4. Okay, so that'll just come with some practice, and you can take this and you can just, once you get this down, okay, you can make it even better. You can add so much more creativity to it, and I know it's going to be great.